What's up, everybody? My name's Dylan Bluedorn. It's a Fan Cave podcast. Let's get right into it. Right below me, we have the Southern gentleman himself, Mr. Landon Stidham. And two, I can't ever do the pointing right, and I got it right for the first time in my life. My Dakota brother, Mr. Debo Mills. This is an amazing show. We have a lot to get into, boys. First, I have to ask, how are you guys doing today on this Friday morning?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired. I went to bed at like 6 a.m.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah, man. Going on like 4 hours
Ready,
of sleep. I
locked
see
in.
you.
I'm in the cave. I'm ready. You already know.
yeah, I'm on a camping trip, so that's why I'm shooting in my car right now. But so I've been up since 6 o'clock. I had to sleep outside in the woods last night, but I'm ready to talk some football. So
So you're actually in the cave. You're in the
no,
real cave.
I was actually in the cave last night. It was actually a true statement. So
Heck yeah,
I'm in the
man.
real cave now.
Well, let's get right into it. We have a lot, like I said, a lot to get into, and not a lot of time to get into it. So let's start off with the horrendous football game that took place last night, with the Washington Commanders winning 12-7 in a huge barn burner against the Chicago Bears. Landon, I don't know if you probably didn't get to watch any of it, but I don't know. I'm sure I know you. I know you watch the recaps of games. What is your take on some of the game, Carson Wentz's performance? And I just want to point out that I think it was 3-0 or 0-0 at halftime. I mean, just a horrible game. I talked to my dad during the game, and he almost had it turned off. He was sitting in the back of his bar, just sitting there talking to people, BSing because the game was so bad. He was like, "This is pathetic," and we all hate it because of Carson Wentz and how much he means to the Dakota people. But he is bad, and Justin Fields is also bad. Landon, go ahead.
There's a lot of good to take away from last night. There's a lot of good. Brian Robinson got his first start. Former Bama guy was shot. I think it was 5 weeks ago. Now he's starting for an NFL team, which is awesome. Um, you know, I think he had his first career touchdown too, which is really good. I did get
Yeah,
to
he
see the
did.
recap
He
of the
did. It's
game.
awesome.
I get to see the recap at the end where they had a chance to win it, and Justin Fields rolled out right. And I don't know if y'all saw, but he had a guy wide open on the left side. It was, but in all honesty, we need a good Thursday night football game. I mean, Colts and Broncos is bad. This was worse. Next week we get Kyler Murray on a Call of Duty weekend, so it's not going to be good either. It is just, I don't know. I mean, I saw the stats of the game and I was like, okay, Wentz only had 99, passing yards, and the stats weren't bad from the eye test. And then I watched the game and was like, this is ugly. But outside of that, the only good we kind of really got out of it was I saw some of the funniest memes from that game ever last night. Twitter and Instagram were in prime form. It was hilarious. So I appreciated that for the most part from last night.
No, Ghetto Gronk was on it last night for sure.
Yes, he was.
He was leading the charge. It was pretty funny. If you guys want to check that out, go to Ghetto Grunk on Instagram. No free shout outs, but I'm going to shout him out because he is hilarious week in, week out. Devo, did you get to watch any of the game last night?
Yeah, that was a real sloppy game. Yeah, when you're a professional, you can't be dropping punts, especially losing your balance and just dropping punts. Switching the whole favor of the game. I would say two highlights, or the one highlight of the game was probably Carson Wentz block of the year.
Yeah.
And I honestly think the most exciting part about the whole atmosphere last night was Ron Rivera's post-game press conference.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, not a good game to watch, Cotton.
Well, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about that press conference? Let's kind of get into it.
I don't know if I like Ron Rivera or not, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If any quarterback came out and, like, let's say like Andy Reid or Todd Bowles or Sean anybody came out and slandered their quarterback like he did when they said, "Why are we not winning games?" He goes, "Quarterback."
Yeah, right.
Compares every single quarterback in your division to him. Says, "Yeah, quarterback's position." Like, I feel like the only reason he acted like that was because of all the hate he got for going at Carson Wentz. I don't feel like if he wouldn't have said that comment, I don't think he would have been as passionate. So I don't know. He's about to lose the locker room and get fired anyways because this seems dog water. That's just how it goes in the NFL. If you have 3 straight bad seasons, it does not look good for you.
It's happened a couple times in the NFL, though. I mean, I don't know if you guys. I mean, I'm a huge Vikings fan, so I heard about it. But our new GM, Kwesi, whatever his name is, I have no idea, some crazy name. He came out and said that Kirk Cousins wasn't the guy. I first interview, first thing, as getting hired on this year, he's like, we don't have an Aaron Rodgers, or we don't have a Tom Brady, we don't have we just named off these couple of quarterbacks, and he's like, but we have a Kirk Cousins. He basically just kind of bashed Kirk Cousins of being, and we all know he's not one of those guys. But
you don't say that.
But your first press conference on live TV, you say that you bash your franchise quarterback. That stuff like that. It's happened kind of over the league, and it's like it really makes you wonder if that's happening in the public. What's happening behind closed doors in some of these plays, especially these losing franchises like the Commanders, like the Bears? What's happening and what's going on in-house? Because for you to say it in public, man, that's an alarming thing, and it's happening way too often in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I can imagine what the Panthers say about Baker Mayfield if they're saying this about Carson Wentz. Because Carson Wentz is a nice guy. It's got to be hard to talk bad about nice guys. So I can't imagine what they say about some of these dudes.
No, definitely. Absolutely. All right, well, let's change gears here, and let's see how good I am at tech stuff here. We're going to dive into Bleacher Report came out with the top 100 players in the NBA. I want to see your guys' reactions to it and what you guys think, where they went wrong or what they did effectively here. Let me figure out how to do this. All right, let's dive into it here. Number 1 on the Bleacher Report top 100 is Giannis Antetokounmpo. What is your guys' take on Giannis being number 1 player in the league? Are you okay with it, or are you not okay with it? Landon, what's your take on it?
Yes, I think Giannis is 100% the best player in basketball right now, and it's not even close. And when I say it's not even close, it's not disrespectful to anybody else. It's just Giannis is in his prime right now. He is the most when you think him, you think of Shaq, a forceful, but he has somewhat of a lot better perimeter game than Shaq. So I don't know, but I'm okay with Giannis. I think they got it right with Giannis, but now everything else here, I'm probably going to disagree with. This is the one they got right.
All right, Debo, what do you think about Giannis being on top of the list?
Yeah, I agree. Giannis is the absolute dude's an absolute freak at everything. Bar he can hit wide open jumpers. He's not a threat as a shooter, but regardless, he still does everything else extremely well. Guy's an absolute workhorse animal. Like Landon said, he's in his prime. I definitely agree with this for sure.
He is much improved as a shooter, though. He's getting way better as a shooter year by year.
Facts. Ben Simmons.
All right, I'll go ahead. What was that?
He said Ben Simmons isn't.
Yeah, no, that's the word, man. They did him dirty.
Hey, now look, in the
dirty.
preseason, we need to address this. In the preseason game, they showed Ben Simmons guarding Giannis, and Ben Simmons is actually locking him up.
Ben Simmons can do everything apparently except shoot.
Dude, I'm telling you, Ben Simmons, he's not a bad – I know he's got a lot of crap, dude. He's not a bad basketball player. If he can get his head on right, the Nets with Kyrie and KD, it could be maybe a force.
No, he's not a bad basketball player. He's just getting a rap for being soft because of how he handled that whole situation.
Yeah, he knows that.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on here. Look at me moving around, maneuvering this thing. All right, move on. We're going to go to 2 through 5, and then we'll talk about 2 through 5. Jokic, number 2. Luka, number 3. Curry, and KD. Let's dive into those 2 through 5. Did they get it right? What do you guys think about the top 5?
I don't know, bro. I'd put Luka at number 2 over Jokic for sure. I'd put Luka up there, or I'd put Luka and Steph probably both above Jokic. I'm not gonna lie. Jokic is fire, but you need a guard to keep pace type, basically.
I have an argument with Blake, and I'll continue to debate this argument until I'm proven wrong. Nikola Jokic is not a top 5 player in this league. He never has. I don't think he ever will be. Because of the simple fact of a lot of his stuff is pat statting, or stat padding, pat statting. Wow, stat padding.
Pat statting.
That
Hashtag
exactly.
pat stat.
Because honestly, Devo, Dylan, I answer this. Okay, would you rather have Jokic or Giannis on your team?
No, absolutely.
Yes.
Would you rather have Steph Curry or Jokic?
Steph Curry, because I
Okay, would you have
like
Kevin Durant or Jokic?
Kevin Durant.
Luka or Jokic? That was more in the air. I could see that. So
I just don't understand the hype between Jokic and I know Joel Embiid and Jokic are two good centers, but I don't think either one of them belong in the top 5. I just don't see it either. I don't see the hype either. I don't know. Go ahead, Landon.
I feel like you have to take it. Being a winner, you have to take that into account too.
Yeah.
That's why I think Steph Curry, bro. If Steph Curry never won a championship, would he be on this list still?
Yeah, true.
That's the thing. And I don't know. So you got KD, Steph Curry, you got Giannis over Jokic. Okay. I would take Luka just because I've seen Luka in the conference finals give the Warriors a fight instead of Jokic getting pounded by him, you know. But if you don't want to give me Jokic, that's fine. There's still I would take Joel Embiid over Jokic. I still would. And
really?
I would take LeBron. I would take LeBron too. I would take LeBron over Jokic. Still, I mean, I think we still gotta understand. Giannis is the greatest basketball player on the earth. But at the end of the day, you still gotta realize I think it's still LeBron's league. Until he leaves, it's still his league. We forget for the longest time that the finals ran through LeBron. As much as I hate it, because you guys know how to ball. But the past 2 years, it seems been so chaotic. Injuries 2 years ago, and then last year
they never played together. They never had they had 10 games together, 18 games together.
The last 2 years they have been healthy. If they get healthy, I think they're a really good team. But yeah, I would take. I think you gotta do Curry 2. I might put Luka at 3, KD at 4, and then LeBron at 5, and then I would do Jokic or Joel Embiid.
Devo, who? Oh, go ahead, Landon, go ahead.
Yeah, the one that we're about to get to, the one before LeBron, really pissed me off, and number 11 pissed me off. Those two I do not agree with.
Those are the two that I'm going to ask you about. We're on the same mind.
I knew you were going to bring those up because you know how I'm at this list.
Right? Yeah, I knew that. I kind of had that stocked ready to go. But Devo, who would you want to see out of the top 5 and put into the top 5, and who didn't make it in? I want to hear your take on this, Devo.
I haven't seen the rest of the list, to be honest. I don't know who didn't. Who's 6 through 10. I haven't seen the list yet.
Okay, but there's no names that are kind of shocking to you without looking at the top 10.
I mean, no LeBron's shocking, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of like
top 10.
All right, we'll go to 6. We'll go to
LeBron's not in the top 10.
No, he is. He is.
But
no, here. I'll go 6 and 7. I'll show 6 and 7.
Wait, Debo, where do you think he's at?
They probably put him at probably either 7 through 9 because he's older, but somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good guess. All right, number 6, Joel Embiid. No. Number 7. This one I cannot believe is over LeBron James. Jason Tatum, number 7. Then LeBron 8.
I love Jason Tatum.
Kawhi 9.
That's good.
Ja 10. There's your top 10. Debo, you go first. What do you think about Jason Tatum being above LeBron James? And where else would you go on this list?
I mean, I'm a Celtics fan, so I like Jason Tatum. But I definitely would. I would swap Jason Tatum and Kawhi, just because Kawhi still. I don't know. Kawhi was injured last year, but I feel like he's going to come back and ball this year. And Kawhi, when he's healthy, is besides Giannis, the best defensive player in the game. Like, that dude's an absolute freak two-way player, can do everything. Me personally, I don't like how Kawhi plays. I think he plays stiff and boring, but you got to respect his game. I would switch him and Tatum. I'll leave LeBron where he's at. I think LeBron is fire, but LeBron's obviously aging. You can't put him at number 1. He's not doing what he was 5 years ago, but he's still up there. You still got to respect him.
I don't see how in any world you can put Joel Embiid
He's not.
and
He's not
Jason
scoring
Tatum
like he
over
used to.
LeBron James. I just
Landon,
I can't do
He's
that.
not saying LeBron is scoring like he used to. You can't argue that. LeBron
He
is
dropped
not
50 on
scoring.
the champs last year.
What?
He dropped 50 last year on the champs in the regular season.
That's cool. That's one game. He's not scoring at will like he used to. And you're telling
LeBron
me
James
you're
is
telling
scoring at will.
Yeah, no, you're not arguing that with me. You're telling me he put up numbers like he was in Cleveland or Miami. You're crazy. LeBron
Yes,
is not
yes,
playing.
he is.
LeBron is
He
not. That's why LeBron even said when I came to the Lakers and we got AD, I told AD, "This is your team." LeBron is old. Yeah, he's still good and puts up numbers, but he's not. He's not doing that every night. That's why he's taking rest breaks. He's missing games at times because the dude's getting old. He's not going full strength at 82 games like he used to.
But I'm just telling you, LeBron's still the same guy. And I'm not a LeBron guy. I'm a Kobe guy. I'm not a LeBron guy at all. I'm not. I just know.
If you say LeBron now is pushing his numbers like he was in Miami, you're crazy.
No, that's definitely not true.
That's not what I said. You said 5 years ago. He wasn't in Miami 5 years ago.
I get that. He still was.
5 years ago was his last
numbers
season.
he was putting up in Cleveland was insane. Are you serious?
He was a dog.
You're definitely not better than his numbers now. Yeah, LeBron.
No. I'm not saying he's better. I'm saying they're as good.
I mean, I guess not really.
His last year in Cleveland, when his second best player was Kevin Love,
he sits out a lot
gone.
of games now.
Isaiah Thomas and Derrick Rose's backcourt. His last year in Cleveland.
Bro, if
He doesn't have to anymore. That's why it's different. But if he needed to, he could.
He doesn't have to. The Lakers were horrible last year. We saw how that turned out.
But because they weren't healthy.
Yeah, because LeBron's not.
If the Lakers were healthy, they make the playoffs.
LeBron can't carry the team like he used to for 82 games. That's exactly. He has to sit out. Like
Who plays 82 games? Name one player last year. Name one player in the NBA who played 82 games last year. Name one player.
No one. But LeBron can't do it.
People don't do that. People don't do that anymore. That's the thing you don't do. You don't play 82 games.
I get that, but I'm saying LeBron's still not the same LeBron. Like, I get it. I feel it. You feel some type of way, but that's just the facts.
It is. Hey, look at the numbers.
It's just the facts, my boy. It is what
look
it
at
is.
the stat. You're not giving me any numbers or anything. You're just saying that's the
I don't
fact.
need numbers.
That does not mean nothing.
I don't need numbers. You can physically see it.
No, you need facts. You need facts to tell you. You can't just say, "Oh, this is this because this." You have to have numbers. You say, "This is why this." Can we show? Okay, we don't have to show it, but do you know who 11 is on the list, Debo?
We're about to go into it here.
Look at it, Debo. Debo, you're gonna cry when you see this. Who do you think it is? Who do you think's next?
Yeah, who would you guess be for number 11 in the world?
They probably put off a height. Will they put James Harden?
No.
One more guess.
I think it should be.
They put Jimmy Butler.
No, he's right behind him. I'm pretty sure.
Who's 11?
No, Jimmy's next.
Oh, it is Jimmy 11. It is Jimmy 11. I'm thinking somebody else.
Jimmy's 11. That's crazy, bro.
See,
I hate Jimmy Butler, but
I can't stand Jimmy Butler. What he did to the Timberwolves was so messed up. I hate Jimmy Butler.
I can't. I
Least favorite player in the NBA. I can't stand Jimmy Butler.
I mean, I'll give it to him. He's a dog, but dude, like he's not. If he's not top 15 in the NBA, bro.
I was more mad about number 12 too, to be honest. Number 12 had me.
What's 12?
Angry.
I didn't even see 12.
I mean, Miami's been balling since Jimmy Butler's been there. So
number 12, Trae Young, is not the 12th best player in the NBA. It's not even close. The fact they have him over Damian Lillard and Devin
that's
Booker.
about a Damian Lillard.
They have him over Dame and Devin Booker, who's 13 and 14. And then 15 is Paul George. That's all we need to get into is those. All I care about is the top 15. I'm gonna put it back here.
Wait, hold on. Devin, what was Devin Booker?
He was right behind at 13. So they have Devin Booker. So they have 11 is Jimmy Butler, 12 is Trae Young, 13 Booker. No, Butler, Young, Booker, Dame Lillard. How the heck they have Damian Lillard at 14 and Trae Young at 12? That's the ridiculous thing I've ever seen. That's terrible, horrible.
We need to go to college football because that that just right there. I didn't even see the part. Devin Booker. You think Trae Young? I would like to find one person in the right mind who could look at me and say, "Dude, Trae Young's better than Devin Booker." Whoever wrote that.
That one maybe we should all agree on. If you don't, that's horrible.
Shoot. If me and Debo agree on it, it's ridiculous if someone says that.
Bro, Damian Lillard is a dog. He's so good. So good. I think he's better than Ja. I think Damian Lillard's unbelievable.
I think Ja about to break out. Ja broke out last
No,
year.
I think they're both. I think they're 10 and 11 in the league. I think 10 and 11 should be Dame and Ja.
I'm a Memphis guy, bro. I'm a Memphis guy this year. I'm big Memphis guy this year. They're about to. I think they got some really good pieces. They finally got some veterans on their team.
No, definitely.
Jaren Jackson's a dog. No one's even talking about him.
All right. Well, let's dive into college football. Let's go full steam ahead here. Let's go right here. Here we go. I have a few games I want to talk about on the list, but number one, above all else, we got to get to it. Let's get it out of the way. The Dakota Marker game. This means nothing to nobody else in the country, but for people that are from South Dakota, I got to talk about it. It's a huge game. Number one, North Dakota State is at home against number 3 in the FCS, South Dakota State. This game means people go stupid nuts over this stupid rivalry. I don't understand why it's such a big deal, but it is a huge deal. And North Dakota State has won it. I forgot how many times in a row. Or SSU might have pulled one out in there, but I can't remember. But I got to talk about it because of how big of a deal it is. Debo, I know you probably get tired of it because you live there, and people are always hyping it up. People who come and watch the game at 212 and they wear NDSU and SDSU, and it kind of gets kind of rowdy. Debo, what is your take on this game? I know you probably are sick of it, but what are your thoughts on this game? And does SDSU even have a shot against North Dakota State?
I haven't really watched SDSU this year, but NDSU's a powerhouse. They call it a rivalry game, but as far as I'm concerned, it's really not a rivalry when you get annihilated the last 9 out of 12. Like, real talk, NDSU's like that. They're the Bama of FCS, and it's not even they call it a rivalry, but for the most part, North Dakota's kind of got the dub on us.
Right. No, it's pretty wild to watch how good they are. If you go back and search the national championship in the last 10 years, 11 years, it's NDSU 9 out of 11 or 9 out of 10. It's ridiculous. Landon, if you have any take on it, I'd love to hear it.
Here's all I know. I couldn't name you a single person who's going to be at this game.
Yeah,
I
right.
couldn't coach. I couldn't name a player. When you first told me, I was like, well, I have to pick a team. I'll just go whoever the home team is. And I was like, you know what, Landon? It's NDSU. Just the brand.
And it's in Fargo, in the Fargo Dome, where it's loud. It is loud in the Fargo Dome.
Just the brand. Football. FCS is ran by who was it? Was it James Madison, NDSU for a long time?
They're FBS now.
Yeah. Look what James Madison's doing.
They're 25 in the country. An FCS school is now number 25 in the country. Sorry, carry on.
But now you got to ask yourself, if NDSU doesn't want to go up, they don't want to. They're dominating. Why would you want to?
Yeah,
right. But could these teams compete? Could they compete with Bama and Ohio State? No, they can't.
No, not even close.
But can these guys? Can they beat the middle of the pack teams?
100%.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, if this was Iowa going to NDSU today, and I had $50 to bet on it, it's not going on Iowa.
NDSU can beat they can beat Big 12 and Big 10 schools too.
It depends which school we're talking about. Because there's some schools if NDSU played Oklahoma, even though Oklahoma isn't great this year.
What about this year?
Yeah, I'd probably still pick Oklahoma this year just because the brand and the build up. But dude, if they're playing freaking, I don't know, Colorado or
Arizona,
those kind of schools, dude, you gotta take NDSU. I think tradition wins in a lot of stuff. There's a lot of Bama games I've seen where, dude, you can't tell me tradition doesn't help. The brand of going against Bama, sometimes it's intimidating and it helps out in a lot of games. And I think for NDSU, this is one thing that's going to help them out a lot today.
I do want to say this about that NDSU team. I don't think that NDSU team like of this year can even compare to the teams they had in the 2015, 2013 with Wentz and Lance and what's the other ones that Easton Stick? I mean, all those guys
Yeah,
that
those
all went to the
teams
league.
do
They
it
all went to the league. They're all pretty good. Easton Stick's been a backup in multiple teams. And Trey Lance and Carson Wentz are household names. Those teams were unbelievable. NDSU went to Arizona this year. They actually came down here and played Arizona, and they lost in a very, very close, fun game. I watched the whole thing. But that NDSU team isn't the offensive powerhouse that they used to be in the past. Let's move on. It's enough about NDSU football.
You know how wild that is? You know how wild that is that technically NDSU had 2 starting NFL quarterbacks this year? That's
right.
Wild.
Right. And a premier backup that's played everywhere.
Yeah.
That's been their last 3 quarterbacks. All right, let's move on to some FBS football. Let's get right into it. We're kind of short on time, so we're going to talk about 4 games that are the 4 biggest ones. First one being USC's first test on the road at Utah. Landon, I know you've kind of followed Utah with me. I'm going to let you go first in this game. Does Utah have a shot? And can USC's bad defense, are they vulnerable in this game because of their bad defense?
Yes. At Utah, yes. This was a game last year that I think Utah had a big game at home that they won against the Pac-12 champ. But, I got to follow Utah a lot this year. I feel like they have a really good tight end that got hurt. I feel like if he was healthy, they could have had a better game last week against UCLA. UCLA looks really, really good. Could be because they have a lot of cupcake games and their big games have been at home. But Utah out of the playoffs, you all know 2 losses, you're done. You're just not going to this year.
Right.
So Utah's out. They're kind of just playing for pride now. The quarterback's still really, really, really good, which is why this defense is vulnerable. But USC can still put up points. If USC puts up more than 30 tonight, it's over. So Utah's got to find a way to slow this offense down. But I'm going to go ahead and pick the home underdog with Utah.
You going Utah?
I'm going to go Utah by 3. They cover 3.5. Yes.
Heck yeah. Debo, what do you got in this game? What's your take on it? And does Utah have a shot?
Utah might sneak this one out, bro.
Utah's
schedule, I feel like, has been a little bit harder than USC's. USC's played some trash teams, actually, if you kind of look at it.
No,
and they barely beat Arizona. Was it Arizona State they barely beat?
Arizona State, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Utah might really sneak this game out. I wouldn't be surprised. I guess we'll see if USC can come out hot and keep it like off bat, get up by a couple touchdowns, they'll be good. But if they let Utah get any momentum, this might be Utah's game.
I listen to Joe Klatt every week, and I enjoy what he says. I don't want to regurgitate everything he said, but he said a really cool point. He said USC has been the best team in the country at disguising their weakness, and that is their defense, because they've played every single game with a lead. They've been in the lead early in almost every single game they've played this year. And he said if that team comes that can be a close game early and even take a lead on them, he thinks that's going to be the team that can knock them off. And I think Utah can do that. Will they do it? We'll find out. But I think I'm going to ride USC. I'll be different to you guys, but I think that Utah is going to give them a heck of a game. But I think USC covers because of the hype. But I think this game's going to be a lot closer. I think it's going to be really close going into that game. All right, moving on. We're going to go to the Big 12. This game could be the Big 12 title game. It could swing back around. I just want to make sure who's the home team. I think it's TCU. Yeah.
TCU,
all right,
yeah.
So we got number 8, Oklahoma State, traveling to TCU. Landon, what is your take on it, and who do you like in this one?
I like TCU at home. Last week on the road, it was a college game day at Kansas. Kansas had all the hype, all the build-up, and TCU was able to pull it out. So I think they'll do the same thing this week. Now, the thing is, there's the quarterback for Oklahoma, Spencer, I don't know his last name, but I know it's a lot better.
Yeah, it's the backup. Is Gabriel got benched. Yeah, I can't think of his name.
A lot better than the guy from Kansas.
Yes, yeah, UCF.
But yeah, so I think it's going to be a dogfight, but I like TCU. I think it's going to be a crazy atmosphere. I thought that maybe this would be where College Game Day would go if it wasn't Bama and Tennessee. I thought that this would be where it would be at, because this is a big game for the whole conference.
For sure. Debo, who do you like in this one?
I respect Max Duggan, but I gotta go
Spencer
with
Sanders.
I gotta go with my boy Spencer Sanders for the simple fact that he's a Texas boy. I feel like he's gonna go into TCU. He's gonna be like, "Oh man, I miss this Texas weather." Wait, it's at TCU, right? At TCU.
Yeah, it's at TCU.
Gonna go
Debo,
in
you're not
TCU.
picking the Louisville quarterback at home. What are you doing?
I'm not because
You know that's the key.
technically Spencer
Max
Sanders.
Duggan's been there since George Washington was president. He's been
Technically,
there forever.
Spencer Sanders is the hometown kid. He's going home to Texas to play. I feel like he's gonna be like, "Man, I miss this Texas weather."
Not anymore.
Feeling good, and he's gonna spin that thing. But what's the spread on this actually?
I think it was like 3.5. Probably 3.5.
Probably TCU because they're at home.
I think it was TCU.
Yeah,
No.
it's -3.
Maybe they've been closer. Maybe in like 1 or something. If it's
Yeah, it might even be a pick. Yeah.
It is right here. Hold up. -4 right now. TCU.
okay.
Okay.
I get that.
I'm gonna take
right.
Oklahoma State, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna take Oklahoma State on this one, bro. Spencer Sanders, let's go.
I
Not
might
taking
take-
the guy
I'll
this
take
week.
TCU to win, but Oklahoma State to cover that 4 spread. I don't like that 4 is way too high. Dylan knows that 4 is way too high of a number.
Yeah. All right. Spencer Sanders has been the guy known for throwing big interceptions in big games. He's known that's been his MO since he got there. Last year, the Big 12 title game, he had pretty bad performance. But I think this game's where he turns it around. I like Max Duggan, though. I like Max Duggan a lot. I think Max Duggan he's been there forever. He's a good coach, good quarterback. But I think it's Spencer Sanders' time in Oklahoma State. I think they go and they win this game on the road, upset. I got Oklahoma State winning it, and I think Oklahoma State will punch their ticket to the Big 12 title game.
Was Duggan their quarterback when Baylor won the Big 12 like 2 years ago, or
That was last year.
was he was their quarterback?
At TCU, yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Max Duggan's been there forever. Like, I think it's his
Like
fifth year.
starting there forever,
Yeah.
or has he been a backup?
No, he started for at least 3 years.
That's fire.
All right, one more let's get into the Big 10. Number 10, Penn State goes to number 5, Michigan. It's Michigan's first test of the year. It's a big, huge game. Can Blake Corum get it done? Can Penn State upset them? Debo, going to you first. What is your take on this game? And can Penn State pull off the impossible and beat Michigan on the road?
Oh man,
At the Big House.
this is a tough one, bro.
This is Michigan's first true test. They have not played anybody all year long.
Yeah,
Dylan, what do you think?
Whenever Big Ten teams like this play,
I'll go second.
whenever top Big Ten teams play like this, it's always a slugfest. It's always ugly. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Michigan's going to edge it out. I think that crowd is going to get real loud, make it real difficult for Penn State to get a lot of stuff done. But I'll take Michigan on this one.
All right. The Big House is one of the biggest football stadiums in the country. I guarantee it's going to be a sellout. It's going to be rocking. Penn State's a good football team. They've shown that, but I don't think either one of them have played anybody too crazy. I don't know Penn State's schedule as well. I want Michigan to win this game because I want that Ohio State game to mean something. I want that Ohio State-Michigan game to be good. So that's one of the funnest games of the year. I'm going to pick Michigan at home to win the game. I think it's going to be close, but I got Michigan to win only because I want them to win. So it's going to be a fun game in a couple of weeks when they play Ohio State.
Sean Clifford,
I think
feel like he's been there forever.
Same. I've been there for a long time.
I think you're about to see Michigan's defense get exposed.
Really?
I do. I'm picking Penn State to upset at Michigan. The game is still going to mean a lot. Michigan need to lose. When I was in the last 2 weeks, especially the Maryland game, Michigan was very, very beatable. And the best thing for sometimes a team like that is like Bama last year against A&M. They lost A&M after that. They really hit their stride, But yeah, I like Penn State to go on the road and upset Michigan.
The one thing I do like about Michigan Their quarterback is a wild card. We don't know what JJ McCarthy is.
Yeah.
I say this every time I talk about Michigan. Why they bench Cade McNamara does not make any, and JJ McCarthy may be that good. He may be that good, but we haven't seen it yet. This might be his coming out party. We'll see. But Cade McNamara beat Ohio State for you last year, and then you go start this freshman or like a sophomore now. I don't understand it, but the one thing I do like about this Michigan team, their running game and Blake Corum is legit. Blake Corum is a great running back. He's one of the best in college football. If they can block for him and get the holes for him, he is the X factor that's going to carry this team. And if he has a big game, Michigan will win this game. But if they can hold the running game, then it's up JJ McCarthy. So if Penn State can stop the running game, then Penn State's got a really, really good shot at this game.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, the big one, the one that I want to talk about. I know Landon wants to talk about. Let's get into it. Number 3, Alabama, who should be higher than that. I think they should be number 2. Goes to Rocky Top in Tennessee this week. Take on number 6, Tennessee. Debo, you're going to go first because I'm going to let Landon go last.
Young starting or Milroe?
A game time decision.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think it's up in the air.
That is bull crap.
But what do you think Tennessee has a shot? You should see Debo. I don't know if you've looked at it much, but me and Landon both follow a lot of Alabama and Tennessee accounts. Go listen to some of the memes and not listen. Go see some of the memes they have and the hate going back and forth. This game is meaning a ton. Tennessee's coming full for blood, and Alabama's kind of shrugging them off. It's kind of fun to listen to, but there's a lot of back and forth going on before this game. I'm really excited for it.
So, I mean, we know Tennessee's offense, I guess, is like that. Is their defense statistically like that? Like, is Tennessee's defense anything special?
I don't think Tennessee's like that at all. So don't ask me.
I'm talking like statistically though, or like are they like top?
I don't know. I haven't.
Are they like top of like the SEC East for like defense?
Statistically, I'm sure it's good. I'll tell you why in a second.
But, I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, I don't really know how good that is it Jalen Milroe?
Jalen Milroe, yeah.
I don't really know how good he is. If he plays, I'm a lot less confident than if Bryce Young's in there, but I'm still taking Bama regardless. But if Bryce Young's in there, I feel like Tennessee might get Rocky topped out their own stadium.
Gotta watch out for the tennis balls and the golf balls flying on the field.
Oh, for real. Dude, wait, that was didn't their coach say something about something after that happened?
Well, yeah, no, they threw him at Lane Kiffin. The Ole Miss
that's what it was. Yeah,
they threw golf balls at him.
He brings that freaking golf ball wherever he goes.
He does. He threw the golf ball at him.
That is hilarious.
That's a heck of a throw to hit him from the stand. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, for real.
All right, my take on this game. I've been waiting for quite a while. I've looked at it in the schedule. My wife is from Tennessee. She's a volunteer fan, but I gotta go against her on this one. I gotta take Alabama, boys. I gotta take Alabama. It's Alabama. It's Bama. I cannot take. I lived in Alabama for 3 years. I was a Stidham for a couple of those years. I'm rocking with the Bama Roll Tide. They will win this game for sure. I can't say for sure, but I think it's going to be. I think they're going to win this game. They're battle tested, battle proven. Tennessee has not done. They have not gotten over that hump since I've really been watching the SEC. Since Phil Fulmer was the coach there, they have not been relevant. I got Minnesota. I got Alabama to win this game. I think it's going to be a heck of a game, and I'm looking forward to it. But if Bryce Young plays, then it's not a question. But even with Jalen, I think they have a shot.
I'm ready for this game. Just because
I bet you are.
Every single week, it's Bama against the world every single week now. It's that point in the season where everybody's just picking everybody but Bama. It happened with Arkansas. Everyone picked Arkansas. Last week, people were picking A&M when Bryce was out. I don't think Bryce Young's going to play Saturday. I don't think he is.
Yeah.
Because I know how Bryce Young is. If you lose to Tennessee, you can still make the playoffs. You know, you gotta play Georgia either way. You know what I'm saying? You have to play and you have to have a game. You don't have to beat Georgia, but you have to have a convincing game against them. Either way, to get in. So this game, in the big scheme of things, it's more for Tennessee than it is for Bama. This has not been a competitive game in a very, very long time. Since a blocked field goal a long time ago, it's not been a competitive game. And there's always big moments in the game, and I don't know who it's going to be, but I know this. Tennessee has not seen anything like Will Anderson, Dallas Turner, Jalen Moody. They have not seen anything out that front seven at all this year. Pitt takes you to overtime.
Yeah.
This isn't Texas, at Texas. This is at Pitt. I don't think Tennessee's played anybody yet. I really don't. And I watched Anthony Richardson pass for 359 yards on him. And Florida's defense is ugly. We're watching everybody torture right now, So I don't think Tennessee's played anybody yet. I don't think they've seen anything like Bama on the field. I think Will Anderson, you're going to see him have a really good game Saturday. I believe that. I think Bama's going to have a really good game plan. I think Bama's going by 17. I do. But the question wasn't, do you think Bama's going to win? I think Bama's going to win. Can Tennessee beat Bama? Yes.
Yeah, of course they can.
This is the best Tennessee team that they've had in my lifetime of following Bama football. I believe this is the best offense. The offense is Hendon Hooker. He's got receivers. They have a good line. They have two good running backs. If they had any kind of a good decent defense, I'd be really, really scared. I'm more nervous for this game than I was the last 3 weeks. This is the game that I'm definitely nervous about, dude, because, Tennessee's not a bad program. They're catching up. They're on the right track, and they are catching. I think they're a threat to Georgia in the East. I believe that. And, so we'll see what happens, but College Game Day, Peyton Manning's going to be there.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
It's going to be a fun game.
I wish I was in Knoxville, man. That'd be an unbelievable game to be fun. I'm sure tickets are expensive as all get out. That'd be so much fun.
If Bama wins, do they take that number one spot back?
If they win?
Yeah.
I will say this, but I know they haven't played anybody. If they beat Tennessee, I think they're number one. I think they'll pass.
Ohio State should have it right now.
I think right now Ohio State deserves it. But I think Bama should be 2, and Georgia should be 3. That's what it should be. Why Georgia's number 1, I do not understand. I don't know if Kirby Smart's paying the people, but it don't mean anything really. But
I don't get it. Ohio State.
If Bama wins this game, Bama should be 1, and Ohio State should be 2, 100%.
Ohio State hasn't played anybody. We all know that.
But they're dominating.
But they're dominating bad teams, and you can't. What you've been doing the past 2 weeks is you've been penalizing people for dominating them for saying, okay, they're saying, hey, we're beating whoever's on our schedule.
Yeah.
I wish they had more competitive non-conference schedules. I wish people would do that, but Bama Bama going to Texas. It's a fun non-conference game you want to see. But yeah.
100%. I feel like if Hendon Hooker goes off, has a good game against Bama, instantly just Hendon Hooker's a top 3 pick in the NFL draft. Watch.
It happens every time a quarterback plays decent against Bama.
You want to know a good non-conference game?
What's that?
2032 is about to be the best non-conference game of Bama's lives.
Bro, we got Minnesota.
That's so cool that Minnesota's got a home and home against Alabama.
I sent it to Dylan. I said, bro, check this out.
That's cool.
Boys,
that'll be fun to watch.
My phone is done, and I have to get back to this retreat. So it's been fun. I'm glad I got to talk college football with you. I am going to give you my top 5 NFL teams right now.
Go ahead and go right into it.
Our next segment. I got the Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, Bucks, and Ravens. And I'm telling you guys, I'm going to go ahead and pick it. This week, you're all saying the Bills are the best team in the NFL. I put Bills top of my list. I'm switching it. The Chiefs are the best team in the NFL right now. They're going to beat the Bills this Sunday. It's going to be awesome. And also, Dallas is going to beat Philadelphia. That's my upset of the week in the NFL.
That's the team that's I tried to put in my top 5, man. Dallas looks
I like people, and they don't have Dak. When Dak's back, it's really scary.
I know.
Is Tre'Davious White playing for the Bills? Is he out for a minute?
Do what?
Is Tre'Davious White back for the Bills yet, or is
he's practicing? He's not playing Sunday, but he's practicing.
And Micah Hyde's out for the year, right?
Micah Hyde's out for the year.
Secondary is taking a beating.
They don't matter.
Boyer's been out.
It's gonna be a shootout.
I mean, either way, even if their secondary is taking a beating, that defense is still good. If Tre'Davious White is there for that game, that Chiefs might struggle.
All right, go ahead. See you, Landon.
Roll Tide and go Lakers. See you, boys.
Warrior loses well.
Yo. All right, let's move on.
He said go Lakers.
Yeah, he's a big Laker guy. He's a die-hard Kobe Bryant fan. Kobe Bryant was his favorite player in anything ever. He is a huge Kobe Bryant guy. Die-hard.
I think he was a Memphis guy this year.
No, he says that because Memphis is the closest team to him.
Got you.
And so, like, he kind of supports them, and he likes. I mean, once Ja and them guys got good, he kind of liked to follow him.
Got
But
you.
he's a huge Laker guy, huge. But he does not like LeBron. He's not a big LeBron guy at all.
Got you. Okay.
But I guess that today he was though. But all right, let's dive into Debo. What is your top 5 NFL teams going into Week 6? I think we're in.
I have to stir the pot, bro. I have to stir the pot.
Let's hear it.
My 4 and 5, I don't really know who I'm gonna put. I don't know who I'm gonna put where, but bro, even though I don't think this quarterback's solid, he's solid. I don't think he's elite. And when it comes to playoff football, they're a threat when he's there, when he's in. The last 2 seasons he hasn't been there. They went 4-12 and then 6-10. But when he's been in, finished first in the division and then going deep playoff runs. Number 5, I gotta put the Niners, bro.
Yeah, they're up there. Yeah, they're right in it.
49ers. That defense,
Yeah,
bro.
it's nasty right now.
Oh, especially, bro, if they stay healthy all the way to the playoffs, that playoff defense is going to be absolutely swarming dudes.
Right.
Like, people better get ready, bro.
I agree.
4, bro, I didn't put the Eagles in my top 5, bro.
What?
Bro.
What?
I had to
They're
stir the pot.
undefeated.
I have
They
to
beat
stir the pot.
everybody.
I get that. I have to stir the pot. But it's giving me it is giving me Minnesota Vikings 2018, 2019. We started off 6-0. What was that? Was that like 2018?
You talking about the Eagles year, or what are you talking about? That was like
Vikings. When did the Vikings start off like 6-0? Was that 2018, 2019?
Man, you're making me look like a bad fan. I actually don't know. I'll look it up, but I don't know. But go ahead.
But you remember that season, right? We
Yeah,
started
no,
off
100%.
6-0.
I remember it vividly. Yeah, I just don't know what year it was. Yeah.
The Eagles, I feel like, have not, other than they were down what game they were down, like 14 or 17-0, came back. What game was that? Eagles came back in a pretty big game. I forgot who that was.
It wasn't Baltimore. Who?
It was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. Look at us. I don't know, but keep going.
But anyways, so I mean, I think the Eagles, if they take a loss, bro, what's to say they won't rattle off 3-4 losses in a row? Jalen Hurts is balling right now. It's getting to that mid-season point where teams are going to start figuring out what they're doing, what their schemes are, and they're going to start making adjustments. We're about to start seeing. And I feel like right now it's getting to the point where my number 4 team has got to be Baltimore. I feel like Lamar's about to get hot. Lamar, middle of the season, when teams are trying to stay healthy and keep it going, he likes to wear them down. He likes to get loose, tire teams out. Lamar might struggle later in the season, but right now, putting Baltimore at 4. 3, I got the Buccaneers.
Really? You got him that high?
Bro,
He's going through a divorce, man.
Bro, I get that, but you can't. Bro, it's Tom Brady, bro.
I know. And their
Bro,
weapons
like,
have been out. We haven't
There's
seen a full
nothing
strength.
Tom Brady loves more. There's nothing Tom Brady loves more than being counted out. All those years he was in New England, New England's trash this year. Their roster's not good. They're not going to make the playoffs. And what do? They make the playoffs. I get they have Todd Bowles as a head coach who's apparently better than Matt LaFleur.
Yeah. We're not going to get that.
I got to put the Bucs in with Tom Brady. You got an on-field coach. You got a loaded roster.
But what's Tom going to do? He can't. His kids aren't on to make out with anymore. What's he going to do?
Bro,
like
I don't know. That's a good question.
What's he going to do? Like, his family's not there?
That's a great question. I don't know, bro.
That's so bad, dude. That is. I'll never forget that till the day I die. But go ahead, your top
bro.
2.
You know how funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Do you know how funny it would be if Tom Brady throws a touchdown pass this week or like runs one in and looks at the camera, starts doing the AB, put that shit on.
That would be hilarious. That would be huge, bro.
That'd be money, bro. Oh, that'd be money, bro.
Your
I hope it happens.
your Eagles thing. They
Yeah.
were down 14 or something like that to the Jaguars, and then Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence blew the game. And then the Lions, they were down to the Lions quite a bit, and they came back and beat the Lions like week 3.
So they've gotten down to a couple teams that, like, bro, if they get down to a good team like the Bills, what's to say they're going to be able to come back from that?
Right.
They get down on teams that, like, no disrespect to the Lions and the Jaguars, but they're not
No, they're not it.
Chiefs. They're not. Patrick Mahomes can put up. We saw it. The other night we were watching the game. We were watching the game, and Jackson texted me like, "Yeah, the Chiefs don't score right here, it's over." And I was like, "Bro, it's not even halftime yet. They're down 17. Patrick Mahomes can rattle that off in like about 13 minutes."
Right.
And what happened? They came back and rattled those points off, and that's why the Chiefs are my number 2 team. By the way,
Yeah.
Just slid that in there real quick.
Hey, I like it. You're a professional.
Yes, sir. And then number 1, bro, you gotta go Bills.
Yeah.
Well, they just dropped an absolute hammer on the last team they played. Like, absolutely annihilated them. Like, that wasn't even – bro, Gabe Davis went off. 98-yard reception. Like, bro, the Bills balled last week.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen's that dude.
It's so cool too, him coming from Wyoming. Come on. Like, I'm more Josh Allen. Dude, everybody knocked on his completion percentage coming out into the draft. People were saying he's not going to be anything special. I love it when his energy he plays with, man. I'm a fan, I'm a supporter of Josh Allen. I like it.
Not only is he a physical freak, like, you can tell he has an IQ. Like, he knows what is going on. Like, he is making checks. He knows what's happening out there for sure.
No, definitely. I hear you. All right, I'll get into mine really quick. Number 5, I have the Baltimore Ravens. But it's tough because there are 3 teams I wanted to put. No. There's like 3 teams I want to put in that list. 4, actually. There's a lot of them.
Cowboys,
49ers. I don't have them in my top 5, but I have them looking in. I just need to see Garoppolo really do it. But their defense is unbelievable. I got the Cowboys, the 49ers that are on the outside. There's one other one. Let me see. There's one other team I had in there. Who was it?
Cowboys, and then
No, that's who it was. Duh. I don't have the Buccaneers in my top 5.
Got you. Okay.
They're on the outside. So I have those 3 on the outside looking in. Those are the 3 I was weighing it down to. The reason why my number 4 team, dude, I gotta do it. I gotta do it, brother. Number 4.
Jimmy Garoppolo is the bad boy Kirk Cousins. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair enough.
I like Jimmy Garoppolo.
I do too. I like him. I just want to see him do more. But as a person, he's probably a cool dude. Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo is that dude.
I had a few beers with Jimmy Garoppolo. Heck yeah, it'd be fun, man.
Oh yeah. So
see, this is my wife heading to work.
Bye.
Peace out. Have a good day.
You too.
Appreciate that.
Love you too.
Shout out, bro.
Still don't know how that happened. I got lucky, but
yeah. Hey, you outpunted your coverage, buddy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I swung for the fences and somehow I made contact.
All decade to Pat McAfee.
All right. So we have the Vikings at 4. I got to put them in there, but do I feel like I don't know, man. So the Vikings played Dallas in a few weeks, and I want to go to the game. Like, I really, really want to go to the game. It's in Minneapolis because of how I think it's November 20th, maybe. But it's like, that game's going to be this. I think it's going to be a deciding game for if they're legit or not.
How much are the tickets for that game?
My dad has them.
I could pay if you flew.
Bro, if you want to go to that game, we'll go take my dad's tickets, and that'd be fun to go.
I'd honestly meet you up there. Are you going to fly to Minneapolis? Or
I'll fly to South Dakota, and then we'll just probably drive there together.
All right. I mean, if you actually want to do that, I'm down for
Yeah,
sure.
no, I actually I really want to do it really bad.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
I talked to my dad about it. Like he has tickets still. He hasn't sold them yet. I want to go.
That way we can do that. We can do that week's episode together.
Do it like in the hotel at the game. That'd be cool.
Oh, fire!
Do some pregame. Go ask some trivia on the streets. Get to the college on the streets.
Thanks.
All right. Number 3, I got Philly because they beat the Vikings and they look good. I got Philly at 3. They're kind of the obvious pick to put in there. Then you and me agree with our top 2. The Chiefs are number 2, but they're right behind the Bills, man. The Chiefs and the Bills are the best 2 teams, I think, in the NFL right now. I think you agree. Mahomes is one of my favorite players to watch, man. Him and Kelsey. Kelsey was that dog last week, dude.
Oh, he had 4 touchdowns in like 10 yards.
4 touchdowns, dude.
And he only had like 30 yards. Didn't
I
he?
know, but it's still cool, though.
Yeah, that's a fire.
It's not bad for a tight end. You know what I mean? Like,
absolute red zone threat.
Absolutely, dude. He's a dog. I like him a lot. He's one of my favorite players. You already knew that, though. But I don't know. I think the Bills. The thing is, the Bills are getting more injured every week, man. Like, that's what's tough.
Yeah.
Like I want to see everybody stay healthy because I want to see that if they play each other in the championship game or in the playoffs, I want those 2 to be like a game. But I think they play. Atlanta play this week. That'll be fun to watch. Let's dive into the NFL games here. Let's get into some of the better ones, and we'll just talk about them, and we'll move on. All right, here we go. First game I want to talk about is my Vikings travel to the Miami Dolphins. It's the perfect time to play them. It's kind of like they're 2 different teams this year. They were one of the highest ascending teams, and then concussion shots and with 2 quarterbacks, they plummeted. Debo, what did you take on the Dolphins and the Vikes? Do you think the Dolphins? It's in Miami. Do you think the Vikes will roll them, or do you think it's gonna be a close game? I don't even know. Is Tua back? I don't even know. Like, I haven't even thought about it.
Is it Teddy or is it the 3rd string playing?
Probably the 3rd string. Because Teddy got concussion last week. Teddy's definitely not playing.
If it's the 3rd string, bro, they're gonna get absolutely pissed pounded by the Vikings. Like, it's not gonna be funny.
It's that Skylar Thompson from Kansas State, I think. But if Tua plays, it'll be a game. But if Skylar Thompson plays, it's gonna be horrible.
I mean, you can't ever count them out because it's an NFL game and that Miami defense is low key crazy. But yeah, bro, Dolphins probably are gonna get rolled.
Do you have the games pulled up, Debo, or do you not?
I can pull them up right now.
I want to ask you what 2 games you are looking forward to. But first, the next game we're going to talk about that I'm looking forward to is this one right here. The Jacksonville Jaguars go to Indianapolis, and the Colts that you're high on. Can the Colts put one together? Can they have a offensive showing against a Jaguars team that's middle of the pack? I think this game is huge for the division. So I think both these teams are trying to win it and be in the wild card. I think this game is a big game for that division.
Is everyone actually back for the
Colts? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, is Darius Leonard does Darius Leonard even play football anymore? Like, I don't even know.
He comes back from an ankle injury that he was gone for all last year, breaks his jaw week back.
Right.
That's what happened. He broke his jaw. His first game back, he got hit and broke his jaw.
That's crazy.
That dude's a dog though. Darius Leonard's an absolute monster.
He is. I think he's one of the best players in the NFL.
Bro, this has got to be the Colts. This has got to be the game.
They got to
watch Jonathan Taylor this year.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan is he has more interceptions right now than he does touchdowns because he's out there literally
throwing it 50 times a game.
Exactly. They need Jonathan Taylor to get hot now, bad. If he doesn't get hot, they're gonna struggle. That defense is good. Defense keeps them in games.
Yeah.
Which it irritates me. Their defense is so good, and then their offense just can't score. Jonathan Taylor gets hot this game.
Nope.
Indianapolis all the way. If not, Jags might sneak another one out on them.
No, I agree. Here's my thing, man. It's who's going to show up more? Is Trevor Lawrence going to put a full game together and not screw it up on the road because he screwed up the last 2 close games they've had, or is Matt Ryan and that offense? It's not Matt Ryan's fault. The Colts are asking him to throw the ball 50 times a game when he's 40 years old. You can't do that. You have Jonathan Taylor. Use him. You have a great defense. Control the clock. Control the tempo of the game at home. Use the fan base, and you can win a football game. The Colts got to put it together, man. They have so many weapons. They are, on paper, a top 10 football team. They are on paper. I will say that. I will ride with you on that. But they just have not put it together. Preseason, if you ask me if they're a top 10 team, I would say yes, they are. But right now, they are not putting it together. It's kind of like they got to be let down of the league so far. They have to be.
100%.
I know, man, but I want the Colts to be the contender in the division because I think they have the best shot at doing something in the playoffs. Tennessee, we saw last year, cannot do anything in the playoffs. They don't have it. Tannehill, I'll take Matt Ryan over Ryan Tannehill any day of the week.
Could you imagine this roster with Andrew Luck right now?
Oh, I know, dude. I know.
That's a real talk though.
That'd be a good one to.
The Colts were probably on the brink of being in the Super Bowl. They just got the absolute worst nut shot of all time.
I know.
Any franchise could get.
Just dip. See ya. I'm done.
Oh, that is so bad.
I know.
Oh, imagine if Patrick Mahomes did that, bro. Like, just think about the impact. Like, just damn. Yeah, I don't feel it no more.
Yeah,
everyone. The Chiefs would instantly go down to probably like last in the division.
Yeah, they'd still beat the Broncos, but they'd still be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Dude, they're so bad.
The thing that happened needs to get fired. He needs to get Urban Meyer real quick.
All right, let's dive into the Sunday night game. Actually, no. You pick a game, whatever game you want to talk about. Let's say you just go ahead and do it.
I got
What game on that schedule jumps out at you? While you're doing that, I'm grabbing something to drink.
You're good. Ooh. Ravens Giants.
Ravens Giants. Okay, actually, that's actually a really good game to talk about. That's really good. I like that. You go first.
Giants.
Take it, bro.
Bro, Saquon this year has looked absolutely electric.
It
looks like he lost like 5 to 10 pounds. He looks a little bit leaner.
Yeah.
But he looks explosive, bro. Like Saquon is balling. Danny Dimes is deceivingly fast. When that dude takes off, he's got some.
No, dude. Pat McAfee takes the over for his rushing yards every game, and he hits it every year because Daniel Jones can run. He's a good runner.
Bro. And yeah, for real. Like that's actually impressive. But I think they got a good defensive line. Everyone I guess talks real highly of Dable. Seems to be like he knows what he's doing. This should be a real test for him this week against a absolutely solid defense. The Ravens have, I think, such a good defense, bro.
We're gonna find out if the Giants are for real. Is it in Baltimore?
I mean, look right now. What's Giants Field?
The Meadowlands, right?
Meadowlands, bro.
Shout out Coca-Cola. No free shout outs. But if you want to pay us to do an ad, let us know.
I got one in the fridge. I'm saving it for later. Kenny Galladay's questionable. That dude's getting away with highway robbery for his contract.
He really is. That's a segment right there. That guy he was actually really good for the Lions when the Lions were horrible. Goes to New York and just does not get the ball, never open. Like it's bad, man. He is pulling a robbery.
But that Ravens defense, you got MP Juice, man. You got
I know.
You got Marlon Humphreys. You got Calais
Ron
Campbell.
Humphrey is a dog. Like, dude, he is underappreciated. He is awesome.
Shout out, Bama.
For real. But I want Saquon. It'd be fun to have the Giants compete and not – I hate Dallas. Always have. I would love to see the Giants beat them in the division, and that'd be kind of cool. But I'm not going to lie. Lamar Jackson last week kind of alarmed me. He against the Bengals, he did not look very good, man. Missing wide out. I know it's one game, and he's still Lamar Jackson, but he missed some pretty open throws last week. And, I mean, obviously it's going to happen throughout the year. But I do think the Ravens win this game, especially if it's in the Giants. But I want the Giants to keep it close. I'd like to see them have a good game. But I do think there's more of a chance of the Ravens blowing them out than the Giants putting it on the Ravens.
The good thing with Lamar, though, like when he misses throws, it's almost always because his mechanics. Like he's always like leaning. It's almost like it's always because he's like off balance on his footwork. Yeah. When he misses throws, when his feet are set, that dude throws absolute lasers. And like he misses some throws he should not be missing. That like, but they also Harbaugh schemes him so wrong. Like if you got him with like Shanahan or McVay or someone that could like. I feel like they'd make Lamar so much better, or like Floyd. Yeah, bro. Someone like, I don't know. Harbaugh's cool, but I feel like he doesn't use Lamar right.
No, absolutely. I agree. The thing is like he built the offense around him, but they still like I don't know. It's still a little off.
Like you have Lamar in the red zone, and then you run like single back. And like 3 wideouts, like 1 tight end. You run like 11 personnel in the red zone when you could just stack the box. Like make them stack the box and run like triple option, get Lamar in space,
right?
Stuff like that. But like they why against the Bills? It was against the Bills, right? We threw that interception late in the game in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, I think it was.
Why would you put Lamar in drop back in the red zone against that defense?
Right.
Like they just make horrible play calls for him at certain situations, but yeah, the Bills is the team they need to beat. I feel like Lamar, he needs to beat the Bills in the playoffs to
solidify himself as I agree, as a top 5. Yeah. Absolutely, I agree. Because right now everybody thinks of him as the fantasy guy that can have some huge breakout games, but can't put it together to win in the end. And he hasn't done it yet. He has not done it yet. That's his only knock on him is when playoffs come, he doesn't show up.
Exactly.
When he has to make those big time throws and lead that big drive, he hasn't been able to do it.
100%.
All right. The next game we got to get into, we'll do 2 more games. Let's get into the Sunday night game. I think it is, the Cowboys go on the road to the Philadelphia Eagles. The 4-1 Cowboys are at the undefeated Eagles with Cooper Rush. When does Dak come back? Not for a while?
Well, you see, could be any time from 4 to 6 weeks. We're talking to
right.
medical staff. They're getting back to us, and we'll let you know.
Yeah, right. Dude, that actually was really good. That was actually really good. You're a Southern old white man. That was pretty good. I like that one. But the thing is though, man, Cooper Rush, if he wins this one, I don't know if you can go back to Dak. I mean, I know you will, but my gosh, man, what a performance by a backup quarterback. He's gonna get a starting job somewhere, probably after this. I'm looking forward to see where he ends up. But
everyone first of all, everyone was talking so much shit about Dak. Like, they didn't play the Buccaneers. Like, bro, they were playing the Buccaneers, and their starting left guard was out. Matt Farniok was the starting left guard. And the entire night, Chris Collinsworth just kept talking about, they got young Matt Farniok. Or I think it was Collinsworth. I don't know who commentated that game. But the entire night, I just remember the commentator kept saying, Matt Farniok got absolutely torched that entire game. Shaquille Barrett and those dudes were absolutely annihilating him. They just kept pointing it out on film, bro. They're like, you're going to see the pressure coming from that left guard spot, Matt Farniok. Shaquille Barrett's going to wrap the ends right here with Tryon Short, whatever that one linebacker, Troy Shanker, whatever his name is. Bro, they annihilated him, bro. He wraps around. Shaquille Barrett comes in and absolutely bull rushes Farniak, puts him on his back, and is just right in Dak's face. Like Buddy had no time to throw the entire game and instantly got so much hate after that game. And Cooper Rush came in and started balling. But Dak is still like he's gonna come back and still play like he's Dak. Like
No, definitely. That's so funny though. When you like, of course, when South Dakota gets a guy in there, they just dog him on national television.
well, it's like his like second game starting in the NFL, maybe first. Bro, I'm serious. Go back and like watch the Dallas. Write it down for real. Write it down in your notes. It's later today. Go watch the Dallas Cowboys Buccaneers highlights, and you're gonna hear the commentator the entire time. Yeah, at that left guard spot, Matt Farniak, and he just got like absolutely annihilated the entire game. That was
so
getting
funny.
pressure every play.
That's so funny. Just the one like a guy we played with just comes in there and gets his start.
We were watching it at work too, and I was like, "Hey, look, Farniak's in this start." I was like, at left guard. I was like, hopefully he has a good game. And then like second play of the game, just gets absolutely blown up gives up the pressure. Dak gets sacked.
Oh man,
Bro,
I'm dying
it was
laughing. That's funny though. That sucks. But
It was
is South Dakota ever going to be like? They're never going to be good for sports, but I wish they would be.
That's cap. South Dakota. I mean, for football, we're pretty solid for football.
We just don't get anybody that gets to the league though.
We do though. What do you mean?
Like we have like a couple of people.
Nate Gary won a Super Bowl.
He did the
Started for the
backup, but
Eagles.
it's okay.
Sacked and picked off Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Bro, Nate Gary. There's
We got
other dudes.
Dale, Nate Gary, Matt Farniak, and that's like about
Dallas
it.
Goddard. Dallas
Goddard,
Goddard.
but he's not from South Dakota. He's from South Dakota. I'm dumb. Yeah, he is. I'm dumb.
There's some dudes out there, bro. It's just like, I mean, you got like Tom Compton. You got
There's a couple of linemen that made it for sure too. The one played for the Vikings from Parkston all the time. The big wrestler. I can't think of his name.
Oh my
The
God,
greatest NFL player of all time.
Riley Reef.
Riley Reef. There it is. The greatest NFL football player of all time
Chad Greenway
is a
Chad
South
Greenway.
Dakota native, baby.
Chad Greenway.
No, but he's up there.
Chad
The
Greenway's a South
all-time,
Dakota native.
yeah, the all-time leading scorer in the NFL.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. South Dakota's got some notable players. You
Yeah.
can't sleep on
Guys never
South
really think about it, but yeah, South Dakota has the all-time leading scorer, and Adam Vinatieri was a South Dakota State boy.
Sorry, our state doesn't take up half the country like Texas and Florida,
Yeah, for real.
California.
Well, we only have 800,000 people in the entire state. We have like five. I mean, our high school football only
we
has.
have most of them we're from.
Yeah, right.
We live literally in the biggest city in like South Dakota.
No, right. Yeah, it's 100%. Like it's basically, and like once that happens, it's all small towns that get a few every once in a while guys that are decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have your take on this. What do you think? Like, so our best teams, like I know we're getting to go to high school sports, and I'm sorry if you're still watching. Good for you, but actually, I want to hear this. Do you think the best team in South Dakota that wins it could have a shot at playing some of not like the 7A schools in Minnesota or like the big schools, but do you think they could compete with like some of the 5A, 6A schools?
Depending on the year, absolutely. Depending on the year, we can compete with a lot of other states too. Like
That
like
Washington team would really
like our
compete.
our freshman year.
Yeah, my
was
sophomore.
That
Yeah, right.
That Washington team.
Oh, they were
played,
unbelievable. That team's an outlier. That team's unbelievable.
That team could have played like some like low, like not like lowest class, but like they could have played like middle class Cali teams, stuff like that, and would have easily balled. Like it just depends, bro. Like
that team was
from year to year.
I think that is the best team I've ever seen. Like a South Dakota high school team. That team was unbelievable.
Bro, Chris Parker was an absolute dog. Number 3, bro.
Yeah.
I remember. Hey, first play, we had to go watch them. They played right before us. We had the night game. They had the early game. They played Lincoln, and Chris Parker caught the kick return. And right before the kick return, they were talking about how he's like state like triple high jump champion, like 2 years in a row. And Buddy like catches the kick return. He's like running up, points like for homie to go block these 2 dudes. And like 2 Lincoln dudes were coming at him, and homie hurdles both of them. Like just clears them. Vertically clears him and lands it.
Dang.
And I was like, damn. I was
Oh,
like, wow,
man.
fire. Bro, hey, he was a dog, bro.
That state championship picture is still legendary too. I'm not gonna get into the detail, but that's pretty dang sick too.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts.
That's
yeah,
one of the coldest pictures I've ever seen of all time.
You know. Hey, and that Roosevelt team with Taryn Christian, they could have beat some.
Yeah, they were good too. They didn't even win it. They never won it though. He never won a title. Roach beat him. Isaiah Roach or whatever his name is.
Yeah, that was straight luck. But like
But he
I
beat
don't
him.
know how that happened.
I don't think Terry ever won a title.
Bro, that team was loaded. Him and Vinny, bro. Vinny was a unit.
Chase,
bro. Adam Vinatieri. Shout out Vinatieri. Adam Vinatieri's nephew, Chase Vinatieri. That dude was a dog too. He played everything for him. He was running back, receiver, returner, like DB, linebacker. He played everywhere for him, bro. He was a dog.
No, for real. For real.
Plus, our team was pretty fire too. Like with your senior year, we had a pretty fire team.
Yeah, it stinks that that Taryn ran into Taryn and them. They kind of romped us in the playoffs. But that was a fun year to watch.
Bro, that was a fun year to play, bro. That was lit.
I wish I would have played my senior year. That'd been fun.
That was a solid team.
I probably would have played a little bit. That'd been fun.
Como's that dude.
He is, dude. We need to get him on this. He keeps wanting to get. He wants to be on here.
Hey, Como's that dude. He's hands down the best quarterback I played with. That dude was a savage, bro.
Yeah, he was fun.
Hey, straight swagger, bro. Hey, for real. I'm not even playing, bro. And he can do everything. Thread the needle, just absolute throwing lasers. And he gets out the pocket. You're not touching him, bro. You're not touching him. It is what it is.
Hey Devo, are you a big you keep like flowers in your house in your bedroom?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering what that vase is behind you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just kidding. But anyway, that's awesome. You're a big gardener?
Actually horticulture, bro.
Horticulture? Yeah, I figured that makes sense. All right. Well, let's get into what would you like to do? Do you want me to give you some trivia questions, or do you want to do like to play her back and forth? What do you want?
Trivia for sure.
All right, I got some trivia for you. They're actually kind of tough, but I'll think of some multiple choice for you. All right, let's do it.
Let's get it.
Which player won the Super Bowl MVP award for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 2009 Super Bowl? Big Ben, Hines Ward, Heath Miller, or Santonio Holmes?
I thought you said defensive player.
No, it was offensive.
Repeat that. Repeat the 4 options. Sorry.
Big Ben, Heath Miller, Hines Ward, or Santonio Holmes?
I want to say Santonio. It might be Big Ben, but I want to say Santonio because of his catch.
It was Santonio Holmes. He was the MVP.
Fire. That catch was sick.
That one's too easy. Move on to the next one here. Can you see me right now, Debo, or is it black?
Yeah, I can see.
All right, cool, because I'm going through these. All right, in 2019, Lamar Jackson became the second player in NFL history to be named as the unanimous MVP. Who was the first unanimous MVP in the NFL? Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Adrian Peterson, or Ben Roethlisberger?
I'm gonna have Adrian Peterson though.
No, it was Tom Brady. First ever
So
unanimous
was
MVP.
that fresh off his ACL tear or whatever?
I'm not sure what year it was. It doesn't say on this thing, but I'm not on top of my head. I'm not sure.
I honestly
All
thought
right.
it was gonna. I honestly thought Brett Favre was it. I was gonna say Brett Favre if you wouldn't have gave me options.
All right, next question. In 2000, who became the first team to make 4 first-round picks in the same draft? Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens, New York Giants, or New York Jets?
In what year or since what year?
2000, they was the first team to take 4 first-round picks in the same draft.
Exactly the year 2000.
Yeah. You were what,
Jets,
3 years
Giants,
old? 2
Jets,
years old?
Giants, Bengals, and who?
Bengals, Giants, Jets, and Dolphins. I don't know. I'll eliminate one of the teams between those 3 because I don't remember who the 4th one was.
We're gonna go the goddamn Jets.
It was the Jets. It was the Jets. That was hard. I went through all the multiple choice on a couple of these, so I'm making up the multiple choice as I go. I'm making up my head.
Gotcha. Okay, it makes sense.
I don't know what I said. I'm just making them up as I go. All right. Next question. Dang, I wish I had the actual multiple choice for this one. All right. I'm actually not going to give you multiple choice for this one. On this one, you're going to have to just guess. Jamarcus Russell went first overall in 2007 draft. Who was picked second overall in that draft?
What year?
07.
Asian pick? No, I didn't.
He was in that draft, but he was 7th to the Vikings.
Second.
I know that pick. I know that pick all too
well.
well.
Von Miller?
No. Before his time, I think.
Oh, yeah. Von Miller was like 2011.
This guy's a legend. This guy is a great player.
Defense or offense?
Offense.
2007, we'll go like actual legend or like kind of legend?
You know him, like household name, one of the best position ever.
Okay, we'll go
like he was that dog when he played.
Golly. I'm trying to think of Carson Palmer? I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Calvin Johnson, Megatron.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
All right.
Makes sense. Damn.
In what year did the Houston Texans play their first season to become a team? 2000, 01, 02, or 03?
2002.
It is 2002. Not a boy.
Andre Johnson was the first pick, wasn't he? Like the first.
He may have been. I don't remember. All right, here we go. This one is going to be fun. I have to think about it. See how creative I can get here. In 2013, actually, I'm going to try to skip to it here. See what they give me. Here we go. In 2013, which quarterback broke a record after throwing a pick six in 4 straight games?
Nathan Peterman.
Matt Schaub. That's funny. Matt Schaub. Eli Manning, Jay Cutler, or John Kitna?
What year? 2013.
Yeah, 2013. What quarterback
Eli Manning.
threw a pick six in 4 straight games? Matt Schaub, Eli Manning, Jay Cutler, or John Kitna?
Eli Manning.
It was Matt Schaub. He threw 4. How do you throw a pick six in 4 straight games? That's pretty bad.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's pretty rough, man.
Bro.
All right, here we go. I love these questions. Who finished their career with what? Go ahead.
So before you read this off, you know how we always joke about how they make up like random stats and shit.
Yeah.
So David sent me this shit. It's a picture of Justin Herbert or whatever, and it says nobody. Or it says like nobody like says nothing. ESPN, Justin Herbert is the youngest player to throw a 26-yard pass at 2:14 p.m. with 4:48. While his teammate was eating popcorn on the sideline during a lunar eclipse within 30 minutes of a UFO sighting, while it's 52 degrees outside.
That's awesome. You can make a stat out of everything. That's awesome.
For real.
That's hilarious. I
I
got 4 eyes closed strikeouts, 3 dead birds, and 6 broken
That's
windshields.
freaking
I'm
awesome.
freaking awesome, dude. Oh, that's hilarious.
That's my Miata kill. Anyways, what's your question?
All right. Who finished their career with more rushing yards, Eric Dickerson or Marshall Falk?
Marshall Falk.
It was Eric Dickerson. I don't know by how many, but Eric Dickerson finished with more rushing yards. In
Depressing.
2007, which kicker broke the record for the most field goals in a single game? Vinny, Nate Kading, Rob Baronis, or Steven Gostkowski?
Honestly, Steven Gostkowski's the one.
He played for the Patriots.
Probably him.
It was Rob Baronis. I think he played for the Titans, I believe.
Titans. Rob Baronis is fire.
Here we go. The last question for me. Who won the Super Bowl MVP award when the Green Bay Packers won in 1997? Brett Favre, Desmond Howard, Antonio Freeman, or Andre Rison?
If it's Andre Rison, that's fire. But I gotta go with old Favor. Oh,
Desmond Howard.
Okay, that's cool. Desmond Howard's fire. Only defensive player to ever win the Heisman.
Right.
Or maybe not only, but first. If I'm not.
Yeah, he's the first one, but I don't know who. I don't know. There's got to be one said. There has to be.
I don't think anyone ever besides him.
There's been many that have been nominated, but I don't think ever.
There's been a lot of finalists. Like Tyrann Mathieu was like a finalist 2 years in a row.
That's crazy. Well, hey, I gotta run. I gotta go to work here in like 10 minutes. I gotta be there early because it's Amazon Prime week, and it's gonna be nuts.
I got a package on the way. Don't mess it up.
All right, I won't. You got anything to say before we get off here, Devo?
Hey, shout out to the Fan Cave. If you're still watching this week, comment LeBron's trash in the comments if you're still watching right now.
All right. Did we have any people do it last week?
Yeah, Damon, he said potato salad.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. We have to give him a giveaway or somebody to do something for him.
Facts, bro. He hit me this morning, asked me what time we were gonna do this, but he was already at work by the time we started.
We got to get him on for sure.
Definitely.
Hey, also, if there's any UFC fans or fighting fans, next week we're gonna dive in depth to the big fight card on Saturday night. I might even do a show Saturday, depending on how things go, because I want to watch that thing. I want to be. It's a huge fight card. I love all the guys fighting in it. We got a guy named Cole Cruz coming on, who's a big UFC guy. Well, we're going to talk shop with him and see what happens. It's one of Debo's guys. He's very, very knowledgeable. We'll see what happens. UFC 280.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Shout
boys.
out to fans. Deuces.